let's try to do this in one take. I've picked some really interesting places to film my videos. Sorry that I've got a script in front of me. I've literally just written this morning because I watched Moon's video yesterday and I feel like I need to put a video out there to clarify my point in my last video. So, alright, so hello, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, I just want to apologise for drawing you in with a clickbait title and thumbnail. I really am going to try not to make that my thing on YouTube. I know that's how it works in the algorithm, but just try to hear out my points and let's get into it. See, I made my last video a few days ago, and the day after, his latest video on the failings of modern entertainment came out. And only a week or so before his piracy video came out. And I've got some real problems with the way that he makes his videos. And I can't help but feel like I didn't quite get all the right problems across in my last video. So our videos are kind of related, that's why I'm making this point. So Moon is a huge channel and you're probably thinking, who's this nobody trying to get clout? But hear me out. If you've ever watched his videos, do you notice how unrewarding they are? And not in a sense that you should get something from them, but there is literally no payoff at the end, no solution, no answers, just barrage of negativity. You see, Moon picks popular trending topics to make his videos about, and he highly dramatises the actual reality of the things he talks about in order to make his viewers feel anxious, depressed or angry, and therefore continuing to watch in hopes that they'll get good news at the end of that video. And in my video, I made comments and jabs at the modern entertainment landscape. I did that to make a point that, in my opinion, physical media is a better form of entertainment on a consumer basis. But what I realised when I watched Moon's video back, that I could get lumped in with these over-dramatic, hyperbolic, crock of shit video essays that do nothing for anyone. I mean, seriously. What solutions does he ever present that are actually good? I discussed why piracy is dangerous in my latest video, so you should check that out if you haven't already. But my point is that I presented a solution, but I think I missed the mark on my presentation. You see, when I was making jabs at the modern entertainment industry, I made it sound as if there is no decent entertainment being out there today, and that just isn't true. That's falling into Moon's sort of hyper-dramatic, hyperbolic bullshit. And of course, the media and channels like Moon, they blast the worst critical reviews out there. They focus on the negative stuff so that good films and TV, they don't get discussed as much. That's just natural. And if you're in the camp of Moon viewers, you're therefore not entirely wrong to believe what he's telling you, because you haven't seen the good stuff. I myself am guilty of it. Talking about the diabolical situation that Star Wars is in under Disney, for example. I made that video just, 2-3 weeks ago? But in presenting physical media as a solution, I should have also made the point that buying brand new physical media that has truly earned your money is just as positive as buying stuff from the charity shops. Instead of your money going to charities or car boot sales and keeping cash alive, you support the artists and the collaborators who created that goddamn beautiful 4K 28 years later steelbook that's coming out in December. I don't even have a 4K player, I just want the steelbook and I want the special features. But you see, when Moon talks about modern entertainment, or the modern entertainment industry I should say, and he plasters it in a negative light to profit from your ever-growing misery in a society with too much choice, specifically too many shit choices to make, I want this channel to be a celebration of arts. The arts of entertainment. That's the whole spirit of physical media. There is absolutely brilliant art still being produced. And sure, Moon and I's point in our latest videos was also right. We have passed the golden era of movies and TV, in both mine and lots of other people's opinion. That's why Moon is successful, because he presents a half-truth and he trails off into this chaotic spiral of negative happenstance. And his viewers think that he's a genius for it because they're too overloaded to figure out the reality themselves. So if you're sat there thinking, after my previous video, that, well, you do want to get better entertainment and value for money, but you also don't want to be out of the loop like I often am, well, here's a better solution for you than piracy or anything that Moon will tell you, at least if you're in the UK. Get a Cineworld membership. Just for £22.99 a month, you get unlimited access to what's in theatres right now. And they do loads of reruns too. I've been with my brother to see the extended reruns of Lord of the Rings when the 20th anniversary came out. I also saw Interstellar on the 10th anniversary. Those are both films I didn't get to see in the theatres. 2014 I was, I don't know. And 2003 I think Return of the King came out, I was 3. So even if I did see it, I wouldn't remember. But I've also been to see films like latest films, like 28 years later. I got to see it on the very first screening at our cinema because we get priority access to booking. And that's just one of the many benefits. I'm not sponsored by them, so I'm not going to do their job for them and sell it to you. But you should check it out if it's something you're interested in. It's a bloody brilliant deal. And let me tell you why that's always going to be better value for money than what Netflix can offer you. I'll start with the negatives that you might be thinking about, like the fact you have to make the trip to the cinema yourself instead of just slapping it on the telly when you get home from work. But you see, I would argue that making the effort to go down to the theatre means you're actually going to focus on the movie instead of scrolling through YouTube shorts or playing old school RuneScape like you do at home. You see, the cinema isn't in control of their content like Netflix is. They have to pick the best of the current movies to show at their theatres, and then they have to abide by a very strict and specific set of rules for how long they can run it for, how many showings they can have, etc. And it applies when they do reruns as well. They have to pay a licensing fee and they have to abide by the rules or terms of that license. Netflix, they can just pump shit out at you. Some of it, like Narcos, BoJack Horseman and The Punisher, they might really hit, but then you get bland and empty, soulless films like The Grey Man. I guess it fits the title, so I'll give them that. My point is that once Netflix has your money, they don't care. As long as they keep pumping enough out for you to scroll through, you'll stay scrolling in hopes of being entertained because you put your money there. The cinema, they have to try really hard to keep you subscribed. The benefits they offer when you join make it so that if you're a normal paying customer going to the cinema, you're a fucking bozo, mate. Why on earth would you buy a new ticket and refreshments when you could just buy a membership for the same price and then get a discount on refreshments? You don't have to buy refreshments every time after as well. Do you know what I mean? You've got the option. What's cool with Cineworld is as well, the longer you stay with them, the more they appreciate your business. And I think that's awesome. So if you want to stay up to date, why not get over the binge watching hub that we've all been in the last 10 decades? Decade. Seriously, make an experience of it. Go to the theatre and get snacks. And if when you get in the car with your brother on the way home and you can't stop talking about how fantastic that night was, you'll know the movie belongs on your shelf when the release comes around later in the year. So thanks for sticking with me on this video, and I hope you appreciate this random bloke's take on this topic. If you did, drop a comment and let me know. Don't forget to hit subscribe because I've got loads more stuff like this coming. If you can leave a like, that would mean the world to me. It really helps push videos in the algorithm, and Lord knows I need that right now. I've got 11 subscribers, mate. Alright, enough begging. Thanks again. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Now time to scale this very, quite scary, slippy hill with lots of leaves and loose dirt, all dry. I'm going to try not to die.